Previously on the diary.
I got in a cab. It was the most uncomfortable ride I've ever been on. I could tell if he was looking at my face or at my cleavage or at my skirt. I could see his eyes in the rear view mirror. The taxi driver took me back to my house. I paid him and he left, but he came back 3 hours later. The first thing I saw was the dim shimmer of moonlight glaring off the silver barrel of the gun he was carrying. And I didn't move anymore. I just stared into his eyes. I memorized that shade of blue now haunts my dreams. I researched it online and I found it. I know its hexadecimal code now. 7AA9DD. 2 days ago, I found myself being unable to stop crying. I still sleep in the same room. I never had the courage to report it to the authorities. I've been asking my dad for us to move away somewhere new. A place where I am not considered that beautiful, like LA or New York. He just told me a few minutes ago that he found a job and we're moving in a day or two. We are also not going very far, but at least it's not here. Not this house, not this room, not this bed. I hate this person so much. I hate him to death.
The following takes place on September 9th, 2012.
Dear Diary, this day was Bobby's pool party. Leaving town had actually helped me feel more comfortable, less afraid, but not really more confident. Just choosing between wearing a one-piece or a two-piece bathing suit to the party made me cry until my face looked like I was having an anaphylactic reaction to a bee sting. I finally decided to wear a bikini, but I never took my shirt off. I mostly kept to myself at the hot tub. The highlight of the night was when kicked Bobby in the nuts.
Then Jessica got up from across the room, walked up to Bobby with a smile, and kicked him in the nuts.
I never expected her to do that. She would never have done that in middle school. At one point, she came to join me in the hot tub, but I left as soon as she got here. I was the very last one to leave that night because I kept debating with myself, since I'm here, if I should go looking for him. On one hand, I could be brave, face my fears, dig myself out of this hole. Or I could put myself at risk again and regret this for the rest of my life. Or I could spend the night gabbing around in vain. But I was feeling the nut-kicking vibe that put out. So I drove around for a couple of hours until I hit pay dirt. I got into his cab and the first thing I saw were these intimidating blue eyes. To my surprise, he had fixed the light. To my disappointment, he didn't recognize me. Again, I couldn't decide if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but I was done arguing in my head. I cleared my mind so I could be alert and safe. Then I found a 10ml syringe on the floor. I picked it up. He saw it in the mirror and got super angry. I saw it in his eyes, but he tried to play it cool. "Ah, that's where that went," he said. "Give it here." So I saw my way in. I don't know much about drugs, and I wasn't intending on doing any, but I started a conversation about heroin to see if he would want to shoot some with me. He asked me for money, but all I could offer were flirts and teases, even if that was the exact opposite of what I felt like doing. Made me feel disgusting and frustrated with the world that had worked. We finally arrived at my house, but through the back street. We settled in. He started preparing the dope. I kept wondering what I would do. Why was I here? I think subconsciously I had devised a plan, but I didn't want to admit it to myself. Being the movie buff that I am, I thought I could inject air into his body and he would die within minutes. When the drugs were ready, he went first, but I was in charge of the syringe. The first time I injected him, he looked away. He hates needles. The second time, I injected him a full load of pure air. He knew something was wrong because it was painful, but wasn't sure why. I said I was sorry. A few minutes went by. He was still alive. After a while of not feeling the high, he asked me to try again. Once more, he got only air. He got angry, kicked the dishwasher, took the syringe, tried doing it himself, gave up, forced me to do it again. Third time, he got nothing but air. At this time, I'm amazed he is still alive. But now he got really violent, pushing me and slapping me. I fell to the ground and he fell on me, but kept fighting me. Reminded me of that night. Made me doubt myself at first, but then I started fighting back. I dug my nails into his arm, on the same spot where I was sticking him with the needle, and that gave me a leg up. I got out from under him, pushed him towards the wall, and he hit his head. He didn't move, so before he opened his eyes, I gave him one last dose of air. Little did I know, this is not how you kill a man. I read about it later. 30 milliliters is enough to kill anyone, but only if it goes through an artery. He got up a little after that and said he would kill me. He started walking towards me and then dropped dead on his face. Unfortunately for him, he suffered from a heart defect that allows blood to flow between heart chambers, mixing arterial and venous blood, and he developed an air embolism. That's what the news report said his autopsy revealed.
Back at home, the story of Jessica's dad came on the news again. But some things didn't add up. Problem 1, there was no mention of him being sick. Problem 2, there was no mention of him drinking any intoxicating fluids. Problem 3, the guy's name sounds nothing like Jessica's dad.
5 minutes later, walked through the door. Escapes into the night, Jessica.